I'm just really interested in what is going on in the world right now and what to basically prepare for in the coming years, or in the years to come, whatever. I am big time into that. What the fuck is that about? Because I remember that Bungie is something to really look into lately within the past couple years. So I'm looking at that. What's trending? Fuck if I know. Yeah, yeah, nothing interesting. Yeah, nothing is at all catching my eye. Unless there's something I don't know, but other than that, there's nothing in trending that I should know about that looks interesting. Probably just a bunch of famous people. The typical, this person did this person did that. That ain't what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for celebrity gossip. I'm not into that and never was. Okay, this and maybe that. And maybe that. Yeah, let's look into these topics. So the first one being Bungie. Um, so it seems that Sony is actually taking over Bungie. Not surprising. Not surprising at all. Bungie knew Final Shape was their make or break moment. They made the story in the raid descent enough to warrant initial hype, but shit, shit the bed with their episode model. They knew what they did. They let it die. I had a feeling that Destiny 2 was dying. I just felt it. But I wanted to stick with Destiny 2 because I really enjoy the game, and I stayed in the game because I wanted to give the game its weird feeling of give the game hope by playing it every single day in hopes that the game would get better. It clearly fucking didn't. It clearly fucking didn't. And this was years ago, by the way, not recently. This was years ago. Like, last year, yeah, it was last year when I stopped. I don't know when last year, but it was last year when I stopped playing this altogether.
If anyone doubts that emergency powers can be abused, just look to Canada. As Jean Healy of Cato Institute wrote, America's neighbor to the north offers a cautionary tale about the risks that broad emergency powers could be turned inward against political dissent. In early 2022, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau faced a mass protest against COVID-19 restrictions, in which Canadian truckers obstructed key border crossings and effectively shut down the capital city with their rigs. Instead of simply clearing out protesters and punishing them via conventional legal means, Trudeau invoked emergency powers broad enough to permit the financial unpersoning of anyone participating in the protest. He went to their bank accounts and took their money. When people raised money voluntarily through crowdfunding to help these truckers, he stole that money as well through martial rule. Without any rule of law, he took the money. No transaction with the protesters. He took their money. People were locked up under martial law. Canada's 1988 Emergencies Act gave the Trudeau government staggering powers to subject individual protesters to debanking without due process. This is the danger of presidential power, of excessive presidential power. It isn't about any individual president, it's about all presidents of either party, because men and women will succumb to the desire for power. It's inherent in all. That's why we must have checks and balances. Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland put it this way in describing Trudeau's martial law. As of February 2022, in a warning to the truckers, as of today, a bank or a financial service provider will be able to immediately freeze or suspend an account without a court order. The government of Canada, essentially Trudeau, could freeze a bank account without a court order, without due process of law. We are today serving notice. If your truck is being used in these protests, your corporate accounts will be frozen. The insurance on your vehicle will be suspended. Send your trailers home. And while native-born Americans may think that emergency powers are to be used to target others, I would venture to guess that the Canadian truckers protesting COVID-era mandates didn't expect that their government...
I don't think that's what I'm looking for exactly. That's something completely different from what I'm actually looking for. You know, I'm like literally sitting here just thinking, am I legit watching the news? Am I legit watching the fucking news? I've never been a news person, right? Let's be realistic. I've never been into news. How the fuck did I get into the news in the first place? Let's take an interesting look at this one, because now I'm absolutely confused. Okay, so how did I get into the news? It all started with because Friday, I didn't feel like anything really happened. What's this about?
Our latest CBS News poll shows that 59% of Americans approve of how President-elect Donald Trump is handling the presidential transition. Trump has kept up a steady drumbeat of staffing announcements from his Mar-a-Lago resort in Palm Beach, Florida. And that is where we find our Nicole Killian this morning with the latest.
After Saturday lunch with one of the senators who will vote on his cabinet picks, President-elect Donald Trump announced former domestic policy advisor Brooke Rollins for Agriculture Secretary. One of his most highly anticipated selections was Scott Bessent for Treasury. If confirmed, the 62-year-old investor would be the first openly gay secretary to lead it and responsible for quarterbacking Mr. Trump's proposed policies on taxes and tariffs.
The most beautiful word in the dictionary is tariff.
A new CBS News poll shows a majority of Americans support imposing tariffs on imported goods, and more have an optimistic view of the economy since the election. Mr. Trump selected a pair of doctors to lead health agencies. Former Congressman David Weldon has promoted debunked anti-vaccine views and has been tapped to lead the Centers for Disease Control. Food and Drug Administration pick Martin McCary critiqued vaccine mandates during the COVID pandemic. And Project 2025 architect Russ Vought plans to reprise his role as White House budget director. Our polling also finds many of the president-elect's well-known designees have more support than opposition, including Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and Pete Hegseth.
Actually, this feels a lot weirder. Fuck, I hate this. Anyway, alright, let's get to it. Trying to get some information about the situation I was talking about, which was government shutdown, and I haven't seen it for a while. Maybe it was just a Twitter thing, but kind of made me start wondering. So. This world isn't a fucking. This world is a damn mess, to be honest. What a bloody fucking mess. Too many fucking narcissists are in the world right now. There's division. What's worse? A united Earth or a divided world with nothing but narcissistic shitbags and separation. What could be worse? Because, that's the thing, we're separated by ideas and